Hey friend, welcome back. I'm Sarah, and I want to tell you about a man everybody in his town thought had lost his mind. They gave him a nickname, and it wasn't a kind one. But stick with me to the end, because this crazy man ended up changing the way the entire world lights its homes, fuels its cars, and runs its factories. And it almost never happened. Meet Edwin Drake. In 1858, he's not an oilman. He's not a scientist. He's a former railroad conductor who had to quit his job because of poor health. He's staying at a hotel in Connecticut when, by pure chance, he strikes up a conversation with a local banker named James Townsend. Townsend has a hunch. There's oil seeping up out of the ground near a little town called Titusville, Pennsylvania, and he wonders if someone could actually drill for it on purpose, instead of just skimming it off ponds and creeks, as everyone had always done. So he offers Drake the job. And just to make him sound official to the businessmen out there, Townsend gives him a made-up title, Colonel Drake. He'd never served a day in the military in his life. Now, you'd think a made-up colonel with zero drilling experience wouldn't get very far. And for months, he didn't. Drake's borehole kept collapsing in on itself. The ground was too loose. Investors pulled their money out. His own crew started whispering behind his back. The town gave his project a nickname. They called it Drake's Folly. Can you imagine what that must have felt like? Pouring your last bit of savings, your reputation, months of your life into something everyone around you is quietly laughing at? But here's where the story turns. Drake teamed up with a local driller named William Smith, who everybody called Uncle Billy. And Uncle Billy had an idea nobody had tried before. Instead of just drilling straight into loose, crumbling earth, what if they drove a pipe down first, all the way to bedrock, and drilled through that? It would hold the hole together. It worked, slowly, just a few feet a day, week after week, with barely any money left and the whole town convinced this was a lost cause. They kept going. And then, on August 27, 1859, at just under 70 feet down, they struck it. Oil, right there in Titusville, Pennsylvania. Here's the detail that still gives me chills. The very same day, a letter was already on its way to Drake from his investor, telling him to shut the whole operation down and give up. It arrived after the oil had already come in. One single day later, and the world's oil industry might have started somewhere else entirely, or maybe decades later than it did. Think about that for a second. That one well, drilled by a man everyone called crazy, would soon be producing about 40 barrels of oil a day. Within just a few decades, Pennsylvania alone was supplying more than 3/4 of the world's oil. Nearly everything you touch today, from the fuel in your car to the plastic on your phone case, traces some thread back to that one stubborn attempt in a Pennsylvania field. Isn't that something? The people who change the world rarely look like heroes while they're doing it. Most days, they just look stubborn, maybe a little foolish, even to the people who love them. This makes me think about all of us, honestly. How many of us have had an idea, or a dream, or a hard season we pushed through that other people didn't understand at the time? Drake's story reminds me that today's folly can be the foundation of tomorrow. It also reminds me how much of history isn't made by kings or generals. It's made by ordinary people who quietly refuse to quit. You have moments like that too. Maybe not an oil well, but a risk you took, a hard year you got through, a decision nobody else believed in, but you made anyway. Have you ever thought about writing those stories down for your family? Here's a simple way to begin. Just finish this sentence. There was a time everyone doubted me, but, and let the memory carry you from there. Because someday, your grandchildren might read that story and understand exactly where their own stubbornness, their own courage came from. If you'd like a little help getting started, we've put together a free family story writing guide, linked right below this video, full of gentle prompts to help you capture the moments only you can tell. And if this story struck a chord with you today, come be part of our History Sparks family. Subscribe, and we'll be right here again tomorrow with another story worth remembering. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself.